Yo, 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 Raider Nation was good. Raider Nation. Yeah. Where we at? Where we at? You already know the vibes. Yeah, I see you, John. I see you in the building. Shout out, Hunt. You feel me? Nelson Dolan says Jags won. Oh, okay, I see you. That was a minute ago. What's good with Raider Nation? We just popping in this thing. It's 4 o'clock. Pregame show live. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. We got to get up in here and talk about this Raiders and Chargers game. I've been absent all week. Basically in quarantine, trying to get right. But I'm back up in here, up in this thing, man, trying to see what's cracking with everybody. What's good with Raider Nation, though, man? Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at? Give it a second for everybody to pull up. Give it a second for everybody to pull up. What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody? Glad to be back. Glad to see everybody pull up. It's gonna be a crazy day. You know what I mean? Earlier when the Jags won, you know, the thought crosses your mind. You know what I mean? The thought crosses your mind that hey, maybe we're just gonna make it regardless what happens. But Steelers ended up winning, and we got to do our thing at the end of the day. But we're gonna see what happens when everybody pulls up, man. See what the topic of discussion is right now. We'll hop into a few things. Talk about the Chargers. Talk about some players coming back off injury. We finally seen them after several weeks. Let's see who pulled up. Perk Z in the building. He said, "Turn up, Raider Nation." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Raider Walton. Shout out Raider Walton. I see you folks. SoCal Nation. What's goody, Ray? Time for Carter Ball out tonight. Let's go, Nation. Yeah. We gonna hop into that because it's all on Carter tonight. Ryan in the building. What's good with you, man? Mike Morris is Raiders. Yes, sir. Buddha in the building. Buddha in the building. If we lose, we out, right? Yeah, if we lose, we're out. We either got to tie or win. The only way we're in, from what I understand, we either have to tie or win. We either have to tie or win. So you know what it is, man. Just do the thing. Just do the thing. Yes, sir. Shout out my man, Susan77, man. Make sure y'all listen to the boy. He knows what he's talking about. Make sure y'all rate them likes up. If y'all new here, you already know what to do. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. I rated tape. And let's hop back into it, man. Shout out Joe Santiago. Pulled up on us. Robert Pina in the building. Robert in the building. I see you, man. Chris says, so we tie Steelers out. Correct. If we tie, the Steelers are out. That's correct. What's good, Ray? What's good? What you want? I see you, man. Armando in the building. Raider Wolf, what's up with you? Yo. Manny. I see you, Manny. Raider Janko Lang. Raider Janko. One of my favorite names, man. Raider Nation for life. Yes, sir. We need this. We got to get this. We got to get this dub at the end of the day. We got to get this dub. The Ravens shot the bed. Yeah, man. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can't sleep on the Steelers. You know what I mean? That was the game that was kind of up in the air. It shouldn't even matter because the Colts should have never lost to the Jags, right? So it's like we got one we should have never got, and then the other one was the one that was up in the air. You know what I mean? But the Colts are the real ones that shot the bed, man. Because, bro, how do you lose to Jacksonville? Could you imagine the playoff is on the line, playoffs is on the line, and you lose to the Jags? You lose to the Jags? You got the playoffs on the lines and you lose to the Jags? Yo, the Colts? Ah, man, I don't know. Imagine being a Colts fan, man. That'd be tough. Time to kill the Chargers' hopes and Death Star tonight. Yes, man. Man, we got to step up. We're going to have to step our game up. We're going to have to step our game up. Arkham Raider, what's good with you, man? He said, let's get this W. Raider Nation, stand up. Stand up, Raider Nation. Make sure you hit that like button. You already know what it is. It's the Raiders versus Chargers tonight. And we got to get that dub if we want to get into the playoffs. We haven't been to the playoffs since 2016. It's really not too long. But at the same time, for those Raider fans that are older or whatnot, we've been really waiting for a good run, like to continuously go to the playoffs, not just, make it to the first round every 5 years. No, we want to make it to the playoffs consistently in consecutive years. Teams like the Steelers haven't missed the playoffs since they got their coach, Mike Tomlin, stuff like that. So that's what we're looking for. But definitely feels good to be in the position we're at today, considering that everything that's happened this year. And shout out B. Al, Raiders 805. What's good with you, man? Larry in the building said everyone needs to show up and represent. Yes, sir. Need to black out the stadium. I know everybody's out there. Samoans out there, I believe. Wi-Fi, Graph, you already know, Cody. A lot of people were out there. A lot of people were out there for this game, man. A lot of people out there for this game. Armando, I really hope we win and hope Carr doesn't get injury. Yeah, let's hopefully he doesn't get an injury for sure. Hopefully he doesn't get an injury. But we need Carr to go out there and put up some points. We need Carr to go put some points up. Mike Castle says, hope you feel better. Appreciate the comment, brother. I am feeling better. You know what I mean? Man, y'all know I haven't gone live really. I haven't gone live for a long time. I haven't gone live for a long time. So, well, for me, it seems like it. Seems like I haven't interacted with y'all for a minute. But ONT6 with the first super chat. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Dear sweet baby Jesus, please let the Raiders win this Sunday. Amen. Yeah, hopefully we're able to get them in, bro. Hopefully we're able to get them in because, man, like I said, 2016, the year Carr got hurt, we didn't get our opportunity to actually get into the tournament with our starting quarterback. Who was it? Connor Cook at that time that started. So, oh man, that was tough. Okay. What's good with you, boy?
Yo, what's up, bro? The fucking Niners just did some crazy shit.
What's good with you, bro?
Fuck, bro, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. Hey.
That Colts and all that. That's to the side, bro. We can handle our own stuff, our own business. That's it. That's it.
Yep, most definitely, man. And that's kind of been what we've been saying for a minute. You know what I mean? Ever since the playoff conversation came around, you know, all we've been really saying is, look, worry about what we got to do. Who cares about what everybody else got going on? We have to win. You know what I mean? Regardless. So, and just on top of that, we playing the Chargers the last game. We want to beat them regardless. We want to beat the Chargers regardless of even if we weren't in a position to make the playoffs. I still want to beat the Chargers.
Yep.
You feel me? So for sure they got to win. What's good with the cruise control? Hope you're feeling better, bro. Yes, I am, man. I am feeling better. You know what I mean? I'm just getting back into the groove of things. This is my first live in like a week, yo. So I'm just glad to be back out here, make it all the way through. Shout out everybody that's in the chat, man. We're already over 70 deep. If y'all can, make sure to hit that like button. We got Andy from Raiders Football Talk in the building. He pulled up.
Had to, bro. Had to. I just wanted to talk this shit, man.
Yeah. Hey, and you know, this pregame, I just shared the link, and I wasn't sure if anybody was gonna pull up. I wasn't sure if he was at work. You know, Graf, I believe, is at the game, probably busy still.
Wi-Fi too.
Yep, Wi-Fi at the game. You know what I mean? And I know some other people have stuff going on later, so they probably won't be able to pull up. But
hell yeah, I just had to pull up, bro.
What are we doing today, man? What do you want to talk about? This is the regular season finale, bro. You know what I mean? Think about it. We're not going to have any more lives during the game, post-game, pre-game. What do you really want to talk about this last game of the regular season?
I think just to start it off, if you're a competitor, there is no better game than today. Yeah. If you are a competitor, there is no better game than today. Prime time, you know exactly where you fall on the AFC conference board. You know exactly where you fall. Not only that, it's against a divisional rival, a team that took your number when you were on a hot streak at the beginning of the season. If you are a competitor, there is no fucking better game, no better way to finish out the season. Not just for us, but for the NFL. We are closing out the NFL regular season, y'all. There is no better way than to do it right now.
No, right most definitely, now. Man, most definitely. And when they did that flex, you know, I was thinking about it like, man, we got the last game of the season. The last game of the regular season is the Raiders versus Chargers. We are closing the playoff hunt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People are waiting for us to play to be like, oh, are we gonna make the playoffs? Are we not gonna make the playoffs? Where are we gonna land? Who are we gonna play?
Regardless,
a lot of it's depending on us right now.
Regardless, the only team now that can make it in the AFC is the Steelers. No other team. Every other team is done.
Yep.
Me personally, I thought the Ravens were going to pull it out. Tyler Huntley started looking good, but I mean, you can't underestimate what he's 19-year veteran. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, fuck, you can't.
And Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
4th and 8, he said, "Stay your ass out."
Yes, bro. Mike Tomlin, man, hell of a coach. And I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but dude, playoffs every year since becoming a head coach, bro. And this dude's been coaching. This dude's been coaching. How many years has it been now?
No, it's not. He hasn't been in the playoffs every year. There's only been 2 years where he missed the postseason, but every single year he had a winning record.
Winning record. Excuse me.
That's
winning
crazy.
Record. Winning record. I mean, even then, you know what I mean? You missed the playoffs, but you had a winning record. It's kind of like that give and take. But yeah, you know, Mike Tomlin ain't going nowhere. Shout out. I wish we can get our hands on a coach like
Bro, me
that, bro.
too,
That
bro.
would
That's
be
a winner right
that,
there,
that
man.
would be fire, man. But let's go ahead and hop into this game, man. First
Yeah.
things first, I want to talk about. Let's touch on the defense, on this Raiders defense, man. I've been wanting to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't been feeling good, so I haven't been able to put a lot of content out. But I'll go ahead and let you say your piece on the defensive part, because I have a few things I got to say based on their performance these last 3 games and going up against this Chargers team. What do you got going up against the Chargers this week as
In
far as
terms
the
of our
defense?
defense,
Yeah, as far as the defense.
well, I think, to be honest, I know our strength the last 3 weeks has been stopping the run, but what I like about the Chargers matchup is it plays to our natural strengths. Yannick is not a natural against the run. Although Max Crosby has taken huge strides, he's not really a natural against the run. We don't really have a true run-stopping defensive tackle. Damian Square is inactive. That's a huge blow in my opinion. That's a huge blow in my opinion. So I honestly feel like this game plays to our defensive strengths. I know that maybe our corners or DBs in general don't get many turnovers, but our fucking D-line gets a whole lot of pressure, man, a whole lot. And I know pressure's a little bit annoying to say because we want to get the quarterback on the ground.
It's that almost that.
Yeah, it's that almost, exactly. So it's a little tough, but I really feel like this defense right here, man, Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue, Solomon, I really want to see a whole lot of Malcolm Kuntz today. A whole lot of Malcolm Kuntz. Me personally, I feel like the second we are on 3rd and 8, you throw a NASCAR package out there, and that NASCAR package needs to have Kuntz, Max, and Yannick out there in some sort of order. Regardless. That in terms of our defense, we need to put our best guys in the game. Simple as that. And I think I know they got Herbert. I know they got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook probably. The biggest guy that we need to worry about is fucking Austin Eckler. That's the guy we need to worry about because we don't have a true sideline-to-sideline coverage linebacker. Obviously, Divine Diablo is trying to translate into that. But that's the matchup right there, man. Austin Eckler, that's who I think needs to freaking – because he will turn a game upside down if you let him get going.
No, 100% agree with you, man. Austin Eckler is that sneaky player, that really goes under the radar, but really attributes to the Chargers offense really moving the football. Whether you hit him in the flats, whether he gets a quick little 5-yard run, and those right there change the momentum of the game. Just those little plays. If you watch the film on the Chargers, especially the last time we played him or just watch all his games, Herbert is not afraid to check it down. This man will hit the flats all day. He'll hit the flats and he'll torch a team just by hitting the flats. And then you get a nice little run from an Eckler that's like 5 yards. They end up at 3rd and short a lot of times, and they're able to move the ball that way because you'd be able to do that. Plus, they have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams on the outside, and then they take their shot downfield. So, they have a lot of threats all over the field, but I like how you brought up Austin Eckler. I definitely think he's somebody we have to look at for the whole entire game, man, as far as the run phases of the game, run game, and pass game.
I feel like, though, that's something that we've clearly seen. It's either one or two things with this defense. They're either going to really conservative, not letting nobody go deep, or they're gonna play up, and then we see our linebacker start to get beat behind that little cushion between the safety and the linebacker. So it's really interesting to see how Gus Bradley will play this game because when we allow teams to check down, like you said, they're not afraid to check down. Like they do it every single time. So it's very, 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 very interesting to see how Gus Bradley scheme this up today. Both teams have an edge on both sides of the ball. Both teams have an edge. Like Gus Bradley is coached against Herbert every day in practice, but Herbert's seen this defense every day in practice. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Number one thing I would say as far as the defense is that we have to tackle where they catch the ball. We got to tackle the ball carrier where they catch the ball. We cannot allow yak yards. That is what's going to kill us. That's what I feel like is going to kill us if we allow them yak yards. We can't let a 5-yard pass turn into a 25-yard pass, right?
At all.
You need to tackle the guy exactly where he catches the football. If not, it's going to definitely hurt us in the long run. Another thing is that our offensive line, and I'm stick to talking about the defense, but just in comparison to offensive lines, our defensive line has to go up against one of the top tier offensive lines in the league. Like without a doubt, the Chargers' offensive line is solid. It's very good, and you kind of compare that to our offensive line. It's kind of tough because the last time we played them, you watch that film, you see Joey Bosa going against Alex Leatherwood. You know what I mean? I believe
Different
we had to
matchup.
move him because someone had got hurt. So then Alex Leatherwood had to move the right tackle, and then 60 was that Kine? I don't think it was Kine that came in, but I can't remember. It was number 60 came in, and he was playing right guard. So this game's going to look a lot different.
Yeah.
It should look a lot different as far as the offensive line performance. That's a number one thing that I remember from watching the film is that our offensive line had moved parts, and Joey Bosa was taking advantage. In more than Joey Bosa, really the interior, the whole Los Angeles Chargers defensive line was taking advantage of our O-line. So I would like to see our defensive line outperform the Chargers defensive line this game. And that's the only way we're going to really make the tables
not
turn.
just that, bro, but if we look at the first 5 games of the season, our offensive line was extremely penalized like crazy.
Yep.
Leatherwood had a couple penalties. Andre James was still snapping the ball over Derek Carr's head at that point.
Yeah.
There was a lot of momentum shifters in that game that this offensive line, having 18 weeks now with each other, have really, limited the mistakes. Obviously, there's a holding call and dumb stuff at least once a game. But I could probably, if we watch the film, you could probably see at least 5 times the offensive line stop some momentum, right? But now, like you said, it's different matchups. Joey Bosa's not going up against Alex Leatherwood. He's going up against Brandon Parker. Me personally, I really hope that Brandon Parker trips on his toe or something, and Illuminor has to go in the game. But bro, I'm confident going into this game 1,000%. The energy of this team, it just seems completely different.
Yeah,
it seems completely different. Our quarterback, this man. He's fighting to stay on this team, basically, bro. Like this, it seems like that every year, right? But I mean, I think our young guys, right now, I think the best thing that we have going for us is we have the perfect mode between old and young, veterans and young guys. Casey Hayward been in the playoffs. Perryman been in the playoffs with the Chargers. KJ Wright, this man played on the biggest stage. I feel like we just have the blend. Yannick, Quinn Jefferson played with the Seahawks in the playoffs. I feel like on defense we really have the perfect mode. Now on offense, we're pretty green in terms of big games. A lot of our players, they have big time plays, but our offense has never had to play for anything big besides Deshaun Jackson. And Deshaun Jackson is really on a limited snap count every week because of his age, But I'm really confident in this game, man. I really am. For everybody in here talking about a tie, that's the last thing that'll happen, bro. This is. Bro, these two teams are competitors. A tie is just as bad as losing. Nobody's tying.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Shout out Omar with the super chat. He says Ravens had to chalk also. Last time we had a Meek versus Cook. We need to run the ball and no turnovers. Okay. I see what you're saying, brother. Meek versus Cook. Yeah. So let's go ahead and touch on while we're on the defense. It's a good point right there. Meek was on Cook. We definitely had to lock down Cook, right? But at the same time, their second tight end has scored against us as well on that crosser route against Perriman. This is just fresh in my mind because I watched the film just yesterday. But we just have to continue playing the game we've been playing these last 3 weeks. I feel like, in my personal opinion, I think we need to stop the run. That's just my opinion. I know it might sound crazy, and some people say, well, then Herbert's going to throw the ball a lot. Herbert's going to do this. You want Herbert to throw it? Well, in my opinion, if we stop the run, then we could have them in third and long situations. I don't think we could go into this game and play the same way we have in recent weeks to where we could be okay in the third and fourth against a Nick Mullins, against a, you know what I mean, against the quarterback like that. But against a Herbert 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, that's too dangerous. I'd rather have him in
4th
3rd
and 2, that's dangerous. 4th and 3, they're going for it.
Exactly. So
it,
I think we definitely have to stop that run. We can't underestimate, like you were saying, Eckler's abilities in the run game and in the pass game. And it's going to scary. And another thing I watched seen from the film is that the way the Chargers play offense puts a lot of stress on the edge rushers. It puts a lot of stress on the edge rushers. They have to stay disciplined in their lanes, in their gaps, because the way they like to stretch, the way they like to play, have calls go horizontal as far as the Chargers. They'll throw a screen to the left. They'll have a guy motion across and hand it off to him. Eckler's fast. This dude could do a lot too. So definitely got to look out for that run game. In my opinion, that's how I think we stop him, and definitely can't turn the ball over.
Not against this team. Not against this team.
No, but we have to get turnovers. We have to get turnovers, right? We can't allow being, you know what I mean, bottom 5 in turnovers on the defense side of the ball. We can't allow that to trickle into this game. You know, if we want to win, we have to pick off Herbert because you know he's going to throw the ball. We have to pick him off. We have to get a turnover somehow, right? So hopefully we can get that in the works, man. You have any lads? You have anything you want to add to as far as the defense side of the ball?
As far as the defense, man, I think we both hit on all points. I think right now though, from seeing these other games, man, right now it seems like the whole league is struggling on 3rd and 4th downs, man. We have to get off the field on those downs, man. We have to. I mean, it gives the defense confidence, and it also, you know, it lets them get on the sideline quicker. It lets them get rest, you know. Listen, we need all
and it gets the ball back to the offense, right?
Yeah.
And it gets the ball back to the offense, gets the ball into Carr's hands, Jacob's hands, right? And I think that's a big thing. Like Omar saying, he says we need to run the ball, and I think that's definitely what we need to do because last time we played Chargers, it was terrible. Yes, definitely. We have to get that play action going, but it's like you have to, it all goes together, right? As far as the offense, you have to run, open up the play action, and then you'll be able to hit it. And I feel like we don't have to break for a big 20-yard run, right? We don't have to break for a long 30-yard run. No, we just need to get those nice 5-6-yard runs.
Yep.
You know, really earn those extra yards. Maybe the offensive line maybe only gave you 3 yards, but we need you to get those extra 3. We need you to fall forward and get those extra 3, right? And those kind of runs right there really open up that play action pass, man. And but you know, I'm really dependent on this run game because the last time we played the Chargers, the run game was shaky, man. The run game
was non-existent.
Yeah, it was exactly. You know what I mean? And
we're just now getting a run game, y'all. If we're being honest with ourselves.
Yep. And like you were saying earlier, just to add to that, this offensive line is a lot more gelled together. It's molded into something now. It has experience. And at the early beginning time, early in the season, it was like you have to give them till week 7 or 8 before you really start evaluating this offensive line, okay? Because of how inexperienced they were, first-year starters. You have basically Andre James, first time ever starting. Just boom, you're a starter. Alex Leatherwood, a rookie, moving from right tackle to guard. So, you know, you had to give them at least week 7, week 8 to really start evaluating them. So hopefully we could get that run game starting to go. But what's your number one key for the offense to go? Would you say it's air it out with Carr? Are we getting into a shootout with the Chargers, and is Carr going to have to get in a shootout with Herbert? Are we going to be able to be balanced? What are you thinking for this game?
Me personally, it kind of clicks back to the defense, how we need the defense to give us turnovers, but we need to have the best ball security we've ever had this game. Because if you give Justin Herbert, Jared Cook, Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen an extra drive off of a turnover, it's tough, man. It's real tough. It can get tough going because I think turnovers. We can't turn the ball over. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing.
20%. We can't turn the ball over. But with that being said, where's that fine line between not turning the ball over and continuing to push the ball downfield? Because I feel like with the team that we do have, if you push the ball downfield, if you want to be aggressive, those turnovers are probably going to happen. Just be based off of the players we have, right? We don't have guys that you could kind of just throw it up and they're gonna, go over somebody else and pick and jump and grab that thing, right?
I think we
Air
have
it out.
one.
So it's Brian Edwards.
No, I don't believe in Brian. I think Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau, yeah, that's a potential, definitely a potential. But he's really not just that for certain, though. You know what I mean? He's not that for certain guy, that safety blanket, in my opinion.
I feel I really just feel like the offense. Well, I know that this team knows what they're going up against. I mean, they're seeing the whole playoff standings. They're set right now, right? This last game that's going on is an NFC game, so there's nothing right now that's going to change us. So I think that I really just liked what we were doing the last couple weeks with I think who was it that got the touchdown? He had mossed. When we played the Browns, when we were asking for it, man. And when it comes to the red zone, don't overcomplicate it. Just play backyard football. Let your Brian Edwards, let your Foster Moreaus, let them, go up and grab them. Right. Yeah. I would love to see a guy like Darren Waller maybe doing it, but he's not. He's probably not even fully 100% back. Right. So, and you said it multiple times about in terms of his lungs. Who knows where his stamina is at? Yeah. Who knows where his, it's a lot of stuff that's kind of up in the air, but I really am excited to see for the first time Josh Jacobs that looks like he's finally getting his shit together again. Hunter Renfrow, who we know is freaking dominant, and then you have Darren Waller back to a system in the middle of the field. Darren Waller is going to command respect. He's going to demand the safeties to drop down a little bit into the box. Hopefully that opens up Deshaun Jackson for a big play, and it's going to be moving a lot of people out of position on their defense, man. So I'm very, very, very excited. And I agree with Raider 805. He'll be more of a decoy today. That's what
Yeah, most definitely, man. Because you got to think, if he's not out there practicing this last month, over a month or so, he's probably not going to be game ready. He's not going to have that game endurance. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something we have to look at. He's going to probably be on the snap count, and so. But with all that being said, man, we got over 300 people deep in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all check out my man's Raider Andy Raider at Raiders Football Talk. You already know what it is, man. Shout out Andy for pulling up. Shout out ONT6 Soldier for the super chat. Also, he says, how do you guys match up our cornerbacks versus their wide receivers? Who do you put to guard Jared Cook?
That's a tough one right there.
Personally, I liked our matchup when was the last time we played them. You think about what their wideouts got, they didn't really eat. Their wideouts really didn't eat.
Well, that was Amik Robertson's best game.
One more time?
That was Amik Robertson's best game. He completely took away Mike Williams. Like, completely took him away. Yeah. I think Mike Williams had, one catch for 5 or 6 yards? Like,
their wideouts didn't really eat like that. It was their tight ends, both of their tight ends.
Oh, yes, big time. But I like, me personally, Brandon Faison. I'm not the biggest fan, but at the same time, I have confidence in Brandon Faison, that he'll hold his own. Casey Hayward, I think, should be on Keenan Allen. I think Faison should be on Mike Williams. And I think Hobbs and a linebacker should be kind of trying to take away the tight ends, man. That's just really how I feel. And I think that this defensive ends that we got, they need to really prove their money, that's just how it is, I think.
100%, bro. Our defensive end, this game is on our defensive end. You don't want to have our linebacker or any of our DBs. You just don't want our guys in coverage for long and giving Herbert time. You know what I mean? You have to get to Herbert. I think this game depends a lot on the defensive end. As far as the defense side of the ball, it's on the defensive ends. As far as the offensive side of the ball, it's on the quarterback and the offensive line. I think the O-line has to be able to protect Carr because last game they did not. You know what I mean? Having strip sack fumbles, having up the middle missing blitz pickups right up the gut. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff cannot happen. You know what I mean? So we have to be able to block for Carr, and Carr is going to have to beat Herbert in a shootout, in my opinion. And on defense side of the ball, the DNs are going to have to eat, bro. They have to eat, my dude. So
yeah, I mean, Yannick is on 10 sacks on the year. Great. This is
Yeah.
a good, productive year for him. But we didn't just pay him for sacks; we paid him for turnovers as well. So
Most definitely, but they're kind of sneaky sacks. You know what I mean? And not to knock them, not to say they don't count, but they're kind of sneaky. And it's like you got 10 sacks, right? But it's which one is most memorable to you to where you're like, oh man, that completely changed the entire game or that closed the
yeah,
game,
it's
right?
it, it's weird because Yannick, he's had he's had 3 2-game sacks. Does that make sense? Oh, he has 3 two
Yeah.
sack games. 2 sack games. So there's
Yeah.
6 right there.
Yeah.
And that's just 3 games, right? So we're
Yeah.
saying that he's only had 4 sacks outside of those spread out, right? I think that with Max, it's kind of like he's the disruptor, But what I really like is that I think this game Quentin Jefferson needs to be starting. Quentin Jefferson alongside of Phylon, and I honestly think that that's our best pass rushing group. If we're talking about a nickel defense,
Mhm.
you go out and you start Yannick, Max, Phylon, and Quentin Jefferson. Those guys will get after the quarterback. All of them, all 4 of them. Darius
Yep.
Phylon had 2 sacks the last time he played the Chargers. 2.
Yep.
I mean, for a defensive tackle to have 2 sacks in a game, that's ridiculous. Now I really, like you said, man, this honestly relies so much on the defense ends. And I'm not sure if it was you or someone else in the chat that we had that mentioned it, that our defensive ends aren't really chipping the running backs too well when they're going out on their flats. Our defensive ends really do need to stress to do that more. Slow, especially Austin Eckler. Slow Austin Eckler down, man.
Yep.
Even if it's just a little freaking push, a little shove, something. As long as it's legal, right? As long
Yeah.
as it's not going to get us a penalty, we need to do as much as we can, man.
Most
But
definitely.
but man, I think Rod Marinelli will have them ready to go. I think Ron Milas will have these DBs ready to go, and I think that Gus Bradley. I don't know if you've also noticed it, but it's looked like he's been kind of switching it up just a little bit these last couple weeks to kind of confuse the teams. Not so much because
Yeah.
he's still in that base. He's not really switching out of the cover 3 shell, but
Yeah.
I feel like he's doing just enough.
Mhm.
To switch it up just a bit.
Yeah, he's definitely switching some things up. But shout out Guns and Smoke right here, man. Appreciate you becoming a member of the squad, man. Hope to
Sure.
see you pull up for them lives. And if anybody wants to become a member, just hit that join button. It's the best way to support the channel. Appreciate everybody that's here. We're over 300 people. We're over 340 people deep, man. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. You already know how it goes. Subscribe if you're new here and follow the kid on IG and Twitter at Rated Tape. And shout out to my guest here, Andy.
Yes, sir.
Raiders Football Talk. Make sure y'all follow him on
Going live for the game, man.
YouTube.
I'm gonna be watching
Yep.
the whole game with y'all, bro.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir, man. Make sure y'all follow him on YouTube. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that joint. He's gonna be live for the game, play-by-play, man.
yes,
And shout
sir.
out to Mokes for the super chat. He says we need Barber and Rashard to help pick it up. We'll go ahead and touch on this real quick because I definitely wanted to talk some more about the offense. As far as Barber and Rashard had a good little run last week. We
I
know
want
he's a third
Rashard
down
to be
back.
most
You know what I mean? He'll get them. He might get a couple carries here and there, but Barber is someone I definitely like that could help with Jacobs. I definitely, I've talked about it. I think he could come in and he could be that smash mouth guy. He could definitely hit people in the mouth. He's going to go straight into the hole. He's just going to hit anybody that's in the way. And I kind of like that because I think
Like a wrecking ball.
it tires down the defense. It also, pops you in the face. So the next time
Yes.
someone tries to hit you, it kind of, you kind of shrug. You kind of
Yeah.
have that. You kind of have that cringe before you go to tackle somebody.
And
So
I think that's a very good point, man. Because when you're playing somebody that's just hitting anything in front of them, dude, that really does tire you down. It makes you shake off your arm every time you tackle them.
Yep.
Makes you get up a little bit slower. I mean, definitely, you got it. You have to play Peyton Barber. I mean, you have to play him, get a little bit more reps. But me personally, I don't want to see Peyton Barber or Josh Jacobs on any third down and longs. Those
100%.
guys can't pass protect for shit. Jalen Richard, that man's like an extra offensive lineman out there. I like how he blocks on third downs, man. And him and DC have this perfect timing to where when it's absolutely nothing there, he always has the perfect time with DC to split out for a pass.
Yeah.
Him and DC had that. You can tell they've been playing for years together. I'm I'm ready. I'm ready for this game. And it's kind of funny. If you watched the Ravens game, the dude who kind of choked for the Ravens was a former Raider, subbed in at right tackle, David Sharp. He was getting whooped. He was getting absolutely whooped. They couldn't run anything on the right side. And man, I was watching that shit like, fuck, he's gonna fuck it up for us. And sure as hell he did.
You leave the Raiders and you still messing it up for us, bro.
Yeah,
You still causing us trouble. You ain't even on the team anymore, bro.
Yeah, that was funny. As soon as I heard David Sharp, I was like, hold on, he played tackle for us every now and again. Yeah. Damn, the Niners just made the playoffs.
Shout out Greg for he says congratulations on 6K, man. Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that, brother. But I definitely wanted, 6K, baby. Appreciate you. Don't trip. Yes, sir. Hey, so I wanted to talk about the defense a little bit more, though, because you had touched on, Gus Bradley changes some things up. And things that I have seen as far as watching film is that he is not he's willing to blitz and go man on third down.
Yeah.
You notice he will go man coverage and blitz on third down. And sometimes he won't, sometimes he will, sometimes he'll have that double A gap kind of look with the safety in the A gap and then have the safety drop all the way back, right?
Which is a little nerve-wracking, at times, because when they don't do I don't know how you guys call it. When I don't know, they call it Tuesday, like on two, like when the snap counts on two, and the safety doesn't really have time to get back there. That shit's kind of scary at times. It's like, fuck, all right, he need to get in this position. But I have noticed that a lot. I mean, you saw Merritt get his blitz last week.
Yep.
But what I was hearing, I was overhearing the announcers on that blitz on that blitz there when Gus Bradley sent it. They were saying how that blitz, specifically a safety blitz up the middle, has killed the Colts all year. So they were saying that. So I was like, okay, well, Gus Bradley noticed that. He sent his safety on it. I like that. I like that. I hope that you have. Yeah, exactly. You have 17 weeks worth of film. We have to be able to find some sort of way to get pressure on a blitz, whether it's sending it from fucking Afghanistan. You got to send it, man. You got to send it,
No, most definitely, bro. You have to get creative in these late games of the season because, like you said, you have 17 weeks of film. You can go out there, you can see what everybody's been doing, and basically you got to scheme up something fresh. You got to scheme up something new, and I think and it's kind of interesting because people will say, well, the defense has been playing good these last few weeks. And I had brought up a point, and I'm not hating on the defense, but I would also say, does poor quarterback play contribute to the way the Raiders defense performance has looked? You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think it kind of does because you go back and look at the film, you see missed throws. Wide open by these quarterbacks. You see drop picks that, a crazy drop pick turn into a touchdown for the Colts, right? You see random stuff, a penalty that was a first down that get turned into it was third down and the penalty turns into a first down. You see stuff like this, and these quarterbacks are staying alive because of it, but also because of their poor play, they aren't making these easy plays, right? Nick Mullins missing open throws. Carson Wentz missing wide open throws just all over the place. Like, what the heck you doing? And then I'll go back and watch the film, and Justin Herbert is missing wide open because you remember that play where Damon Arnett got burnt by Mike Williams?
Yeah,
straight burnt. Like it was almost like he was playing the flats or something. And
it was the same thing. The first Broncos matchup when Casey Hayward got absolutely killed. And Tim Patrick, the ball was just a little bit too long. But yeah, I think
exactly my point. He aired it. He overthrew him, right? He overthrew Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton. There you go.
He overthrew Cortland Sutton wide open. Nobody. He beat the safety. And and I'm not saying that it's just they're making mistakes so our defense looks good. I'm just saying I think our defense has reap the benefits of going against poor quarterback play. And I just don't want this game going up against a Herbert, right? A Herbert and Nick Mullins, we know Herbert's a lot more lethal than Mullins, right? So, just with that in mind, I kind of just think about that, man. So I hope the defense goes out and proves me wrong, right? Holds this. If they hold the Chargers to less than 20, okay. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I mean? What do you just think in general about the game? Will it be a shootout? Will it be a game below 20? Will it be a
Oh
game like
shit!
will it be a game like we just had against the Colts? You know what I mean? So
Jonathan Hankins is playing, bro.
was he a game time decision?
Yeah, he was questionable. I didn't think he was playing.
Appreciate you, Sultan, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, Jesse. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out ONT6 for another super chat, bro. He says, what's your guys' opinion? Would you guys' opinion, would you guys rather? Oh, I'm tripping, man. You guys' opinion, would you guys rather the first play of the game go deep to Djax or first drive go run the ball 3 straight plays? Air it out on the first play or run it on the first 3 plays.
What do I think we'll do?
What would you? He said he wants you guys want our opinion. What would you guys rather have? A deep ball or run it 3 times? It's an interesting question. Me personally, I would say run 3 times. I would say run. I would say run 3 times straight at Bosa.
Oh,
I would attack his side. I would make sure, you know what I mean, our boys are ready. We're gonna run some power straight to Bosa. And we're gonna need to take out Linval Joseph because Linval Joseph is he playing this? He's healthy, right? Linval
I
Joseph.
think so.
Him. You
Yeah.
gotta look out for him. You gotta look out for Joey Bosa. I wouldn't mind running it straight at Bosa, those first 3 plays. But I also wouldn't mind a deep shot to start out the game. Back him up a little bit, have him be honest, have him, you know what I mean? Have them off they pivot a little bit.
You know how we were just talking about the defensive matchups. It truly is a completely different game that we're playing this week. What was it? It was Arnett and Mullen.
Shout out Farrell, boy.
It was Arnett and Mullen rotating at CB2 with a Meek. Like, bro, Faison and Hobbs are completely different players.
Yeah.
So it is a different matchup. You know, at that time, I think Corey was still the starter. I think he's kind of, been dropped in the depth chart a bit. Obviously Perryman has been consistently great all season, but you have Diablo now. It is a big difference. Honestly, it is. Merrick is a lot more comfortable from what I've seen.
Yeah.
He's not just. He is kind of just staying in his little deep third up there, but in terms of tackling, that dude is coming down way harder on runs. In terms of tackling, like that man is a missile coming downfield on run plays now. When before, they actually scored a touchdown on us on him, kind of hesitating a bit, and he didn't really go straight to his assignment, and they scored on a run play like that. But this game, Merrick completely different against the run, in my opinion, going into this game. And obviously Perryman, Hobbs. I think Perryman and Hobbs are our 2 best run stoppers on the team.
Definitely Hobbs is a sneaky good run
stopper,
defender, bro. Sneaky good. Him and Merrick both, bro. Merrick will come out of nowhere and wrap somebody up, bro. Mm-hmm. Straight wrap them up.
That's the biggest. That's wrap up. That's the biggest thing that we haven't heard a safety on our team do in a long time.
No, most definitely, man. Shout out Art of the Lamb with the super chat, brother. He says, "Car future riding on this game. We got to run the ball down the throat. Pause. Use it to set up play action pass. We must blitz. Herb sussed when he pressured." That's
Is it Herman ranked top 5 under pressure though?
I don't. His worst grade is under based off PFF. I had recently seen that's his worst grade, and it's like a 66 or something like that when he's going against pressure.
That's pretty ass.
Yeah, but the thing is, he has 7 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Yeah,
so it's like how is he? It's like how he has a 66 grade, but he threw 7 touchdowns.
Well, maybe his completions aren't up there, but his touchdowns are.
Yeah.
Which is touchdowns is what matters.
Exactly, right? So it's kind of like, I had to throw that in there so I could be transparent about the stat, though. Yeah. But, yeah, Carr's future, man. You know what I mean? Carr's future, I don't think it's riding on this game. I'll be honest. I honestly don't. I don't think what happens this season, whether we made the playoffs or not, I don't think that's going to decide the decision on Carr. But I think if Carr goes out there and throws 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and fumbles the football, Yeah, definitely. I understand that. But if he just goes out there, he plays the game he's been playing
If
these
he
last
does
few
what
weeks.
Carson Wentz did today,
Oh well, yeah. Yeah. If he does
Carson
what
Wentz.
Carson Wentz did today, he'll probably just get traded for that first round pick like Carson Wentz did though. So you know, you know what I mean. You never know. But as far as Carr, man, I don't think his future is riding on this game. Honestly, in my opinion, man, just the fact we're in a position to make the playoffs, I think that kind of gives Carr a lot more leverage. It gives Carr a little more leverage. We touched on running the ball. We definitely have to run the ball, man. We have to stay balanced. Definitely have to stay balanced. Let me get to this other super chat. Dwayne B. Let's fucking go, Raider Nation. Love the show, Ray. Keep up the great work. Shout out Dwayne B. Appreciate it, man. He says Raiders 24, Chargers 17, man. Now, he
I
puts
think
his score prediction, right? I want to get everybody in the chat. We got over 400 people in the chat. I need to get everybody's score prediction down in the chat right now. Flood the chat with y'all score predictions. And I need to get Andy's score prediction right now, man. What's your score prediction? What do you
I
think
think
is
that
going to
one
happen?
right there is very bold because you're saying that our defense is holding them under 20 and our offense is scoring more than 21, which is something that we've struggled to do.
Yep.
But you know, I'm gonna go with a stat line or a score prediction. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna fucking freak us out. It's gonna be 31-34. Carlson sends us into the playoffs, man.
Damn, that's fire. So it's going. So see, that's why I had to ask earlier in the show if you thought it would be a shootout because I feel like if you have a score like that, it's got to be a shootout, right? You're putting up points. You're
Yeah,
going
I
back
think
and
that
forth.
it'll be a kind of a lopsided in terms of halves though. I think that it'll be pretty. I think that you'll see like the halftime score be like 17-10 or some shit like that. And then one team kind of picks it up and the other team kind of stalls. That's how I think it'll be. But yeah, I think that both teams are scoring over 30. I don't want that because I don't want to shoot out against this team. I
Yeah,
don't.
no, for
But
sure.
that's what I think. That's what I think. Daniel Carlson should sends us into the postseason, man.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. Shout out Pharaoh for the super chat. He says Derek Carr needs his A game. I definitely agree with that. Defense needs their A game. Yes, sir. Coaching and the Raider fans, we
Coaching.
need to bring our A game. Yeah, yo, the Raider fans in the stadium need to bring need to be loud, need to chant, need to know what to do in every situation. When our team is on offense, they need to know to be quiet. When we're defense is out there, we need to know to be loud. That's when you chant Raiders. So everybody that
Yes.
hasn't been to a game or don't know how to do that, that means you chant Raiders. You just don't say Raiders one time because the announcer says it. No, you say Raiders. Then you
Multiple
say it again.
times.
Raiders. You keep it going. So for all the fans out there that don't know, man, sheesh. I'm telling you, bro, at the game, it was killing me. I don't know. That was the most frustrating
Oh
thing.
fuck! Is
The
there
guy,
really that much blue in that stadium?
what?
I thought the turnout was gonna be fucking
I
insane.
thought it was supposed to be blacked out.
He
Hey,
said there's
Justin
a lot of
Herbert is in
blue.
the chat. Shout out Justin Herbert, man.
Fuck
Welcome
you.
to Raid the Tape, man. And let me tell you, man, you had a good season, brother. You had a good season, brother. Yes, you did. Agent Red says team win tonight. He says team win tonight, and that's what we're gonna need for us to.
Yeah,
That's
all
what we're
three
gonna need
levels.
for
All
us to
three.
get this for us to get this W. Just like when we played the Colts, we need a team win. We're gonna have to complement each other in all phases of the game. Let's not keep the special teams out. Rich Bisaccia, head coach, special teams guy. He needs to make sure that the Chargers aren't getting no crazy run returns. Can't allow them to get in good field position, and we need to make sure we're able to get in good field position with our returns. Our
I was
special
gonna
teams
mention
have
that.
to be on point.
I was gonna mention that. I really, really love Tyron Johnson. That's a guy that's growing on me real
Yeah,
quick. Um,
maybe he can get some revenge.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's a little revenge game with the season on the line. You
Yeah,
know, he started his season this year with this team that he's about to play, guys. You know, not just that, man. I mean,
100%. We gotta. That's why I said it because I just watched the film against
he's
with the
electric,
Chargers,
bro. He's electric.
and he's a vet, bro. He's savvy. He knows. You know what I mean. He reminds me of Dwayne Harris when we had Dwayne Harris.
Good returner,
That's who
yeah.
the Chargers returner reminds me of. He's savvy. He's smart. He's not the fastest guy ever, but he's smart. He knows what to do. He's a good returner.
Dude, wasn't Tyron Johnson was the guy that burnt Keyshawn Nixon last year when Keyshawn Nixon had 22 yards of cushion, bro.
Yeah.
And he burnt them.
Yep.
Left them in the dust.
Farrell from the East says Tyron Johnson deep touchdown. I'm calling it. Remember this message, man. Yeah, I see you, Farrell, man.
You know what would be great?
With the hot take. It'd
be great if we did what we did with what was the dude that we got from it was a receiver / kick returner, and we sent him on an end around and he cribbed it his first game with the Raiders.
Jacoby Ford?
No. It was recent. It was like last year or 2 years ago.
Dwayne Harris?
No. It was on a sweep. It was a sweep, and he cribbed the sweep on his first.
Oh, you're talking about boy from the Packers.
Yes.
When we played the Colts.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking about boy from the Packers when we played the Colts. What's his name?
Trevor Davis. There we go.
Trevor Davis. Yep, Trevor Davis, Raider from Virginia, man. Shout out you, man, for coming through with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I could picture him in my head. I knew who he was talking about for sure, but I couldn't think about it, man. But we got over 440 people, man. If y'all can't, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Rated Take. Make sure to subscribe button. Shout out to my man Andy for pulling up,
yes,
man.
Sir,
I appreciate you pulling up and being a guest, yo. Let them know where to find you on YouTube. Let them know about you're going to be doing a play-by-play. Let them know what's up, brother.
Yes, man. So right now, man, in a couple minutes at 5 or wherever you guys at, 7 if you're like Texas, 8 if you're in East Coast, I'm be doing live. I'm gonna be reacting to the game. You're gonna see my raw, full emotions. Fuck, I hope they're good emotions. God damn, but you're gonna see it all, man. On my channel, Raiders Football Talk. That's where you can find my YouTube page at, man. If you're interested, come by, stop by.
Boy, man. Hide your kids, hide your wives if you go to this page, because raw emotions, man. He's gonna be swinging. You know what I mean,
bro?
You know
that's it, bro.
Get your patches ready for your walls. You're gonna put holes in your walls,
or doors, or whatever.
Or doors. My guy, Andy, man. Shout out, Andy, for pulling up. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Thank you for being here, being a guest. It always makes it that much more fun, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shout out everybody that was in the chat, everybody that supported, super chatted, everything.
Content,
we hit 6K. Appreciate everybody that congratulated me on 6K, man. Appreciate it. I wish I could have done a live when I did hit 6K, which I'm kind of doing now, I guess. But yeah, man, let's go get this dub.
Prime time, y'all. Let's finish out the season right.
Last game of the season, regular season finale, y'all. You already know what time it is, man. Oh, shout out Dwayne. Let me get this last super chat. He said, I said Raiders 24 and Chargers 17 because I'm expecting not just a good defensive performance, but I expect Jacobs to have a big game.
Oh,
and you know what I mean? That's a good, and I'm glad you were able to, you know what I mean, clarify and let everybody know, look, if you're able to have a good game from your running back, the score is able to be a little bit less because you're taking that much more time off the clock.
I like that, man. If we're controlling the game, if we're controlling the clock, bro, I don't give a fuck if we won 3-0.
No, most definitely, brother. Yo, shout out Dwayne B with the super chat, though. I do like that score. That's the same score I have, Dwayne B. I have that in mind. I think we're gonna have a real balanced game. I don't want to get in a shootout with Herbert or the Chargers in general. But I definitely, my score prediction, you know what I mean, is the same as Dwayne B.
I like that.
And I'm thinking Jacobs is gonna have a really good balanced game. You know what I mean, around 70 to 80 yards. I think we need out of him. So, Lil John. You know it's gonna be lit out there, man. You know, Graph is out there, Wi-Fi is out there, Samoa's out there, I believe. But shout out Raider Andy. He said, "What's good, y'all? Let's get this dub tonight." Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. You know what it is. You already know what it is. This is the link to find Andy's YouTube page.
Appreciate you, my boy.
Make sure y'all run it up. Hit the subscribe button. You know what it is, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Till next time, I'm gonna be on for the post game. So y'all pull up after the game for the post game. But until next time,
we're gonna be happy, man. We're gonna be happy.
Most definitely, brother.
All right,
until next time, y'all.